And this is Felix Segovia. I am a product manager for Seismic Analysis. I am part of the Geophysics product manager team.
In this release 404, we are focused on the improvement of workflow efficiency. We have 3 new features. We have a new frequency spectral plot available in the Decision Space section editor. The second feature that we have is a separate mode for seismic balance correlation and a separate mode for seismic shift, 2D lines and 3D surveys. And we have an automatic seismic balance ability to create in-memory point set for immediate QC on map view.
The first feature is use the Amplitude Spectral Plot editor, and with that we have one icon. With this icon we can, with the mouse button 1, we can drag and select one area and we obtain the frequency spectrum plot. We support now the 3D data and inline crossline, 3D arbitrary lines, 3D zigzag and loop 2, and 3D 2D lines and 2D 2D lines. Let's go to show the demo now. And in here, we start making the selection with one 3D crossline, and we select the icon, mouse button 1, and drag and drop the mouse button 1, and we have the spectral plot now selected. In the same order of ideas, we can make a different selection, and we have the plot 2 with a different color. The color is ready with the box, with the area, and the plot. And in that selection, we have the C ranges and the edges for the boxes. In here is another example with a 3D arbitrary line executing in the same way. And we select different boxes, and we can see the frequency spectrum plot for each one. Here I move to the 3D 2D line, taking one 3D volume, and in the other side of the line is the 2D volume. And we can compare now the different frequencies that we have in the different volumes. Also in here is a 2D line. We have 2 different lines. In this case it's the same volume, but we can make the selection in the same order of ideas to evaluate the frequency in these different lines. And also it's good to mention that in the tool display option we have the capability to change the color for the plot, and we send the color in this case for the yellow and change the box color too. And also we can change the background color if we need it, and we can improve the visualization and the quality for that. And if we have too much plot, with mouse button 3 over the plot, we can delete one selection that we don't need anymore. And let's move to the next feature that we have. And basically here we create 2 separate modes. And with the previous seismic balance icon, now is related only with do the static shift for 2D lines and 3D lines too. And we create a separate icon, it's a separate mode for the seismic balance correlation. In here with this mode, now we have this tab available, and we can do the seismic balance in between. Let me run the little demo in here. With the first icon, we have the capability only with the mouse button 1 do the static shift for this example. And we can see the shift in the top of our line name. And also we have with mouse button 3 the capability to cancel the interactive shift mode, set the shift to 0, restore, unsave, or undo the shift that we want. In this case, I save the shift. And as I change to the mode, for the new mode that we are creating now, it says Seismic Balance, Seismic Correlation. Now open the tab for Seismic Correlation, and now we have the correlation plot, and we have the reference seismic and the target seismic too, that we can apply the different shift and phase rotation. And also we can use the auto correct, and we apply this correction immediately. We can, with mouse button 1, we can switch in between the reference seismic and the target seismic. And with mouse button 1, we can drag and move our seismic manually in the different, applying the different shift, and the correlation tool is working dynamically, or apply the auto correction. Also with the mouse button 3, we reduce the number option only for save seismic now. And let's move to the last feature that we are working now. With this feature, we reduce the number of clicks to display the point set. Now we have the option in here with one button to automatically display the transient point set in memory on the map view, and automatically we display the point set when we save it in OpenWork. With that is for the functionality for automatic seismic balance, that previously we have to save the data in OpenWork, and we have to go through different steps in order to visualize this point set in the map view. And now let me show you with the video, with the demo, how we can do it. For now, we have the automatic seismic balance option available, and we select the data, we select the inline, we make the reference seismic, and we select the surveys. And in here, we want to use this parameter to calculate one correction and display immediately the correction in the map view. We decide to call this and click in the automatic display point set. And after that we have a name, we can click in calculate. And we do the calculation. This calculation is on memory. And we add immediately the point set on the map view, and it's immediately displayed. If we decide to do some changes in our parameter and see how this correction could be different, starting in the correlation in a different time, and change also the minimum score and the gate that we are working on that. We put different values and we calculate again. Basically, we override the previous point set that is on memory, and we can see immediately the new memory, the new point set on the map view. If we decide to save in OpenWork, because we are agree with that parameter, we can save it in OpenWork, and immediately the point set that is saved in OpenWork is displayed on the map view too. And after we have this point set saved in OpenWork, we can continue changing the parameter and still compare with a different point set in memory too. I decided here to create one with the version 2 and return to change my correlation parameter, my minimum score, and say, well, let's see how different is this point set calculated. And I can see immediately in the map view this point set that is in memory, and compare, switch in between to see the difference and see if I am satisfied or not with the calculation that I am doing. And basically, to summarize the 3 features that we add now, we add the option to do the frequency spectral plot in the section editor. We separate the static shift and the seismic balance correlation in 2 different modes. And we have the capability now to do the automatic seismic balance added point set in memory for immediate accuracy. And thank you. That is the feature that we have for seismic analysis in geophysics.